Hey, hey, hey.
Here we
Here
go.
we go. All right, Bucs fans. It's playoff time. It is playoff time. Wake up. It's time for playoffs. All the other stuff is over. We don't have to think about all that other stuff all year long. That debate, it all started with, will the Bucs go undefeated? What's going to happen this year? What are the expectations? All of that's over with. And now we just got football to do. We just got football to play, and all that matters is this week. None of the other stuff, none of the what about this, what about that, what about, blah, blah, blah. We don't have to think about any of that stuff anymore. Let's talk Buccaneer football. Let's talk playoff football. Yeah, Panthers game's over. AB is over. Everything's pretty much over other than the playoffs. They're just getting started. So let's talk Bucs playoffs. Let's talk Philadelphia. What are your expectations? What do you think is going to happen? What do you hope is going to happen? What are you afraid is going to happen? What do you guys think? I'm excited about this. I really am. I'm excited. I think this is, gosh, guys, this is the season that the Buccaneers, I think they should be more proud of this year and what they've accomplished this year compared to last year. Last year, they got every break in the book. Everything went well. Nobody got hurt. Everybody was fine. They came into the playoffs at full strength, had been clicking and growing and being able to work together. This year, all kinds of adversity thrown at them. All kinds of adversity thrown at them, from injuries on down the line, injuries to dramatics and whatever. There's been all kinds of things that has happened. So we get the playoffs to look forward to. This team accomplished a lot. My name is Rick Hughes. I am here. I am your host of Buc AF, along with my co-host, my podna in crime, the dazzling David White-Scarver. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing great. It's a fun week. Best season in the history of the franchise. This is awesome. It's
How
a
about
great
that?
time to be following the Bucs, to be a fan.
It is. It is. And having been there since year one, Dave, you and I know that that it gets a lot worse than this. Everybody who complains about, oh no, it was close against the Jets, or we didn't perform well in one quarter against these guys, or Byron Leftwich sucks because we don't run the ball enough, or everybody's got something.
This is the
Everybody's got something.
mountaintop.
Yeah, this is a mountaintop, man. We're 13-4 this year. We won 21 out of 25. It doesn't get better than this, guys. It's a great time to be a Bucs fan. It's a great time to be a Bucs fan. So anyway, I'm not sure, William. How you doing, William? I'm not sure what you're saying. Talk about how Sue can't get hurt, apparently. I guess you're saying that dude's like a machine. He is like a machine. He never gets hurt. I guess that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Bucs need him. The Bucs are getting JPP back. The reinforcements are back. JPP's back. They're saying Levante David, maybe, maybe not. We're not really sure.
Shaq Barrett's off COVID list.
Yeah, Shaq Barrett's off the COVID list. Leonard Fournette is supposedly back. Rojo, we got to talk about Rojo. The only thing, just Ronald Jones puts a message out on Twitter and on Instagram. Basically, it's a picture of him wearing, it's like a fashion pic of him with Antonio Brown's rap song as the caption. Pit, not the palace. So all I can say is, apparently, Rojo,
You are so awesome.
you wonder why Ronald Jones doesn't get the carries. You wonder why Leonard Fournette gets them and then Keyshawn Vaughn gets it. You wonder why Rojo doesn't get, all the support from the franchise, because he doesn't really support the franchise.
Forgot
right,
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, exactly. And Le'Veon Bell has actually done really quite well this season so far in the limited action. He's already got over 100 and something, 101, 100 and something yards rushing. I don't know. touchdown or 1 or 2 touchdowns, a 2-point conversion, a bunch of receptions. He's done well. So all of that is good. So, Rojo's out of here. All I can say is, there's a reason you never quite made it. There's a reason you were always second, and you're showing it now, buddy. You're showing it now. So, I mean, you didn't need to worry about it. You're a free agent after this year. So now you're just being a dick. So
at least he's consistent.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. He's got the bad attitude. He doesn't have great performance. He's got all kinds of things that are not working in his favor. And in the meantime, you got somebody like Keyshawn Vaughn behind him, plugging away, doing the work. You know what's funny is this. You've got people like AB. You've got people like Rojo who, they have the opportunity placed in front of them and they find a way to fail. Some people have a way about them where they find ways to not succeed. And that's what I think we're seeing here. I think you see a guy who just can't get it done. Can't get it done. By the way, Alec Schomber says he wanted to know. He said, Dave, what is our cap space looking like for next season? There's no way to know that yet because I haven't set the cap for next year. Yeah, we don't know yet. So we have no idea. Pamela White says, let Rojo sit. Yeah, I agree, Pamela. I agree. But that's pretty much all he's been doing anyway. Christopher Cole. How you doing, Christopher? He says the Bucs should deactivate him. You know what? I just think, fine. Make him to where he's not, he's not on the active roster. That's not going to help him when he's a free agent next year. But some players are just idiots when it comes to that. All he had to do was shut up for just a couple more weeks. There was a point where AB, when he was in, I believe, Vegas or with the Raiders, not in Vegas, but when he was with the Raiders, he had to sit quietly for 8 days and he would have made a $30 million guarantee and he imploded 8 days prior to the $30 million. Rojo could have had a decent payday this offseason, but this does not help his cause. This does not make teams look at him and say, wow, there's a team player.
Well, reportedly, there was 3 teams or more interested in acquiring him before the trade deadline. The Bucs declined.
Yeah, the Bucs declined because the Bucs wanted him, So I don't know. Danny Cruz, Danny, you are correct. Le'Veon Bell is a better pass blocking back than Rojo will ever be. And he's a better pass catching back. And he's got more toughness than Rojo has. So I think we've probably, for the most part, now you don't know because of injuries and all kinds of things that can happen, but we've probably seen the last of Rojo or close to it. You might see him in for a play here or there, but that dude's basically done with the Buccaneers. He is basically done. So, what do you have to say to Ronald Jones?
You're done. Get the F out of here.
I mean, that's about all that I think there is to say to him. Anyway, Pamela says, I said at the beginning AB was a liability and he showed his ass. Well, listen, sort of. He also got us helped played a key role in getting us a Super Bowl. So he was good while he was here. Thank you for your service. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
The Bucs got the most out of him. New England had him for 1 week, and he never played it down for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And he got suspended for getting into it with the franchise quarterback, one Ben Roethlisberger. So
the
Bucs got a ring and kept him engaged for almost long 2 seasons.
Yeah, long enough.
Props.
So, good for them. I'm not upset that we had him. I'm not upset that he's gone. See ya. That's about all there is. That's
Have you heard when's his surgery scheduled for on his ankle?
Yeah,
I would think he'd want to get that cleaned up so he can.
I haven't seen the MRI personally that he supposedly had done. I haven't seen it, so apparently
I'm concerned about him is all.
Yeah, I feel that right here. So Philadelphia, our old nemesis, that horrible little itch in the back of your brain that is the Eagles that have done us wrong so many times. They have knocked us out of the playoffs so many times. I can tell you, this goes back. The history between these two teams in the playoffs is amazing. It goes all the way back to the Buccaneers' first year in the playoffs, very, very first year. I believe it's 1979 when they played the Eagles and beat them in the first round. And I was at that game. And it's
the old sombrero.
That's right. I will never forget that game. It's still probably my favorite game I've ever been to as a Bucs fan. Had
Jimmy
a great
Giles.
time there. Jimmy Giles, Leroy Selman, that was
Kevin House.
Those were good days. So having said that, we've got a long history since then. They've knocked us out repeatedly. We shut down the vet. And then the first week of the next season, we opened the link at Lincoln Financial Field and beat them again. So, we shut down their old stadium. We christened their new one. Guys, they're not going to be a pushover. Don't think this is a gimme. Don't think, this is nothing until next week. Now, do I think that the Buccaneers have is there a possibility that the Buccaneers will blow out the Eagles? Yes, there's a possibility. I don't expect it, but I think there's a possibility. Having said that, there's no possibility that the Eagles will blow out the Buccaneers. And that is a good sign. That is a good sign. The Bucs are heavy favorites. I don't even know what the line is right now.
8.5 points, Rick.
Thank you very much. That's why you are who you are. Dave, what do you when you think of this week coming up, what do you see?
I see the Eagles trying to run the ball, especially if Levante David doesn't play. I know Bruce Arians indicated that he's hopeful, but it's not a certainty. If David's not in the game, they're going to run the ball. They're trying to shorten the game. They're obviously the less talented team, especially on offense. They're going to shorten it. They're going to run it. They're going to do play action pass. They're going to put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands, and they're going to see what they can do against the Buc defense.
Yeah, we now understand the top rushing team in the league is the Philadelphia Eagles. You know how all year, you guys remember how on all the shows all year long we've been hearing, oh no, but what about fill in the blank with this running back, or this guy's different? Remember what's his name? Jonathan Taylor. We heard, oh no, watch out for Jonathan Taylor in Indy. We've heard the tales of watch out for this guy and watch out for that guy. We've heard it.
Hey, he was really great against the Jags.
Yeah. Look, we've heard this story. The thing is this, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles, etc. And I want to point out something for the betterment of the franchise. And this is a change for me, guys. This is something I had not really felt this way until I got to thinking about it this week. And I started thinking defensive coaches these days just don't really make good head coaches. Not like they used to. It's the offensive minds now that need to be the head coach. Are there exceptions? Well, Belichick, but he's not doing so well anymore. I mean, the guys who think I'm going to build around a running game and defense.
Defense wins championships.
It did last year. It did last year. Not the year before.
And a decimated offensive line by your opponent that helps.
Yeah, exactly. And not the year before. It didn't. Defense did not win championship. So the thing is this. You've got to have a good offense. You have to be able to score. You've got to have firepower at the quarterback position. Now, I will take Tom Brady over Jalen Hurts any day of the week and twice on Sunday. All right. So let's go down the line. The Buccaneers, when it comes to potential, they have a lot more potential in this game than the Eagles do. When it comes to the running game, the Eagles have that. Passing game, quarterback position, yeah, it's the Bucs. Okay, wide receiver position, it's still the Bucs. When it comes to tight ends, it's the Bucs. When it comes to defense, now the Buccaneers have been struggling a little bit lately against the run. This is a concern. We really need Levante David back and JPP. I think those two guys make a huge difference in Shaq Barrett. These are the guys that make that defense hum. You notice Devin White's been a lot less visible. It's because he's had to play other roles, and you're not seeing the flash and the splash and everything from Devin White because he's been having to sort of fill in and take care of other things. Well, if Levante's back, JPP's back, if our defense in general is back, Shaq Barrett, Jalen Hurts, that may be the most appropriately named quarterback that we have going into the playoffs. I mean, that guy might be hurting. He may spend a lot of time on his back. Hello, Willow. How you doing? I see you out there. Hey, Jim. How are all you guys doing tonight? Chan, how you doing? Barry. Guys, I think now if I had to guess, and I'm going to go ahead and start the show. I usually do this later in the show, but I'm going to go ahead and start here. I'm going to guess that this game is going to end about 33-13, right around there. That's my pick for this game. I do think the Bucs will win and win handily. But I'm not taking this game for granted and thinking, oh, we got this. I'm not scared. I'm, like I said, Brady versus Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I'm good. When it comes to overall, I'm good. But let me say this, and I want to go back to this about our coaching, okay? And this is the thought I was starting and I didn't complete. I was all about Todd Bowles taking over for Bruce Arians down the road. And I'm having some second thoughts about that. And I'm starting to think, maybe we do need more of an offensive mind to take over as head coach. I think with these horses playing, it's going to be pretty good that the Bucs, Pamela, I see your score there. Nice score. I think for the future of the Bucs, I don't know that Byron Leftwich is the answer, but I am starting to question my own thinking when it comes to Todd Bowles. So we'll see. Dave.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts on this week's game on the score? I know I'm bouncing around. Sorry.
I'm thinking 31-10. I just don't see the Eagles generating offense. Jalen Hurts is their leading rusher. Devontae Smith is their best weapon. I don't see that being successful against the Bucs. I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball consistently, and I don't think they're going to put points on the board. And I think the Bucs will. They'll have a typical 30-point game. So I'm going to go with 31-10 Bucs.
Yeah, I think I gave them 13. I could see 17. Anywhere in there between 10 and 20, I could see the Eagles scoring anywhere in there. And I see it's getting a little bit over 30. That is, I think we're all pretty much on the same page.
I've thought it through. How does it? It's got to be a ton of turnovers. I really don't see the Eagles moving the ball. Okay, they're one of the better rushing teams, but that's
the best rushing team. They are the best rushing team in the league.
Well, Jalen Hurts is their leading rusher, so okay, it's not a traditional.
But the Bucs struggle with running quarterbacks.
Well, they'll I think they'll keep him under wraps. He might have a few runs here and there, but I don't think he's not going to do enough to keep them competitive in the game as the game wears on.
I agree. That's exactly correct. Matt may be freaking out in the first quarter again, but by the end of the game, it'll all
I'm glad I'm not his TV. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's how it goes. By the way, Danny Cruz says the Dolphins made the big mistake firing Brian Flores. Yeah, that made no sense at all. It's the most puzzling firing, and I know Chicago's already ready to try and scoop him up, apparently.
Well, did you notice who fired him? It was the owner. The owner he sticks his nose in where it doesn't necessarily belong.
And that's why the Dolphins never seem to Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm guessing there was probably disagreement over the quarterback position. Maybe Brian Flores wanted to stick with who they've got, and the Dolphins want to go after Deshaun Watson. I don't know. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what it probably came down to, was one way or the other. The front office and Brian Flores on a different page when it came to quarterback. That's my guess.
Well, the narrative was that Deshaun was really wanting to play for Flores. Now that's off the table. So now what happens to Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. Christopher Cole says weather's going to be a factor if it rains and it's supposed to. Yeah, that weather is an equalizer. That's not necessarily great news for the Bucs, but let me say something. Tom Brady's used to weather. So don't worry about that. Tom Brady will be fine when it comes
Hey,
to
I
dealing.
revise 24-10 Bucs.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get hammered here. They're saying up to 10 inches of snow here on Sunday. So we're about to get hammered here in Charlotte. That's kind of a great football day, isn't it? I'm hoping it snows to the point that I can't come to work, that I can't go to work that morning. So we'll see. Then I can just kick back.
You
and
just
watch
said that
football today.
publicly. I just wanted to point that out to you.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll go to work if I'm just, listen, I would look my boss in the eye and say, hope we're closed on Sunday. I mean, I would
It's
do that.
playoff day.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, that is in Charlotte where it's supposed to snow like that. But I guess it's supposed to rain in Tampa. At least that's what our chief meteorologist, Christopher Cole, just told us. I don't know. So, Dave, your general, when you look at how this game's going to play out, you agree close at the beginning, by halftime or right after halftime, it'll start to separate.
Right. I think that the Bucs have the better coaching staff. I think they'll make adjustments. It'll be a typical playoff game, feeling out process in the first quarter. The Eagles are going to try to run. How successful it'll be, we'll find out. Again, their leading rusher's hurt, so they're going to try to get him going. I don't think they'll have that. They'll have some success, but not that much. And it'll be a low-scoring first quarter. And then as the game develops, the Bucs, because they have more talent and they're deeper, they're just going to wear them out.
Yeah, did you guys see at the national championship game, hanging out on the sidelines with RG3 was none other than Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was on the sidelines of the national championship game.
He has a different look now.
Yeah, well, he definitely looks
Very retired.
Yes. He looks very retired.
He looks very all the speculation about him making a comeback somewhere somehow. I don't think that's gonna. There's a man who made his money and is very content to live the rest of his days out.
He done no interviews, nothing. He's just he's done. And you know what's crazy to think about? Tom Brady's 44, right? Right now, Andrew Luck. Think about this. Andrew Luck is 32. Think about the Colts season this year. Now, think about replacing Wentz with Andrew Luck. Oh, that's a big deal if you're a Colts fan. That's a pretty big deal if you're a Colts fan. Ouch. When you think about it. But, but more power to him. I mean, Brady wants to keep playing. And, let me say this. The Colts had a horrible offensive line, and Andrew Luck took an absolute beating. So I don't blame him for going, this is no fun. And you got Brady. The Bucs have the biggest sack differential in the league. By that, I mean the difference between the number of times that they put a hurting on the opposition's quarterback and the amount of times their own quarterback gets hit is massive. We're beating the crap out of the other quarterback and harassing him and making him uncomfortable. And Brady's got time. And that's a big, big deal. So,
except in the regular season against the Saints.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes sometimes I look at what happens in these games, and like, I mean, watching um the national championship last night, and you see this quarterback that he's probably doesn't have a lot. I'm guessing, I may be wrong, but I'm guessing he probably does not have a lot of um NFL potential. um Maybe. But I mean, even having said that, I'm okay with it. I'm okay in the sense that good for him. He had his moment. Um, Alabama's quarterback will probably go further in the pros because of his height.
Well,
And
and he's an emotional guy, so I think he has a future in reality TV.
he'll be the next bachelor or whatever.
Like Jesse Palmer.
Yeah, he'll be one of them. But I don't know. It just, guys, when you look at the future of the Buccaneers, I can only say this because I get a lot of questions in my inbox about who do I think they're going to draft, what position do they need to draft, what are they going to do, is this guy going to resign, is that guy going to resign? Look, I don't know how else to word this. I'm just not going to worry about all that right now. I'm just going to enjoy this ride. I just want to enjoy the playoff run. I don't need to worry about the draft next year at this point. I know we're used to that. We're conditioned to it. For years, we've thought, what's happened in the draft? What's the deal with the draft? What are we doing? That's been our MO for years. But we don't have to think that way right now.
And when you win a Super Bowl, you don't pick till 32nd.
Right. Now you look at all the franchises without coaches. Do you guys remember? I remember literally sitting there on Black Monday, refreshing Twitter, waiting for the news about the Bucs coach. Multiple times, multiple years, I remember just sitting there refreshing Twitter, waiting for the news to break. Refreshing Twitter, waiting for the news to break. And now you just don't even think about it. And Brady, and I didn't realize this, guys. I did not realize this. There's an article by Rick Stroud in the Tampa Bay Times from back in September, I believe it was, where he was talking to Brady, where he interviewed Brady, and Brady said, I want to be here for years. I'm having a blast, and I don't want this. I'm not going anywhere after this year, win or lose. I'm gonna be a Buck. And the thing is this, he wants this to last for multiple more years. So I'm no longer concerned about the quarterback position next year. I just don't have to think about any of that. There's none of that matters right now. The Bucs are in the position that they're in, and let's enjoy the ride, man. Let's enjoy Philly, guys. I am realistic about Philly, and I know. Look, we struggled with the Jets. Okay, this game is not going to be a pushover. Remember last year, everybody talking about Washington and how they snuck into the playoffs through the back door at 7-9. That was our toughest playoff game last year. So let's not go into this game thinking it's a done deal. Let's not go into this. If it's close for a quarter or two, don't panic. Don't freak out. Don't think we suck. They're a playoff team. Get ready. It's going to be hard. Okay. This game's not going to be easy. If it is easy, look out, NFL. If the Bucs get on some sort of a run right now with their healthy players, if the Bucs start to get some momentum, look at NFL. Because they've got a chip on their shoulder over the AB thing. They'll have a chip on their shoulder if Brady doesn't win the MVP, and I don't think he will. I think it's pretty easy that it's a safe bet to say that it's going to be a game. It's going to be. I don't think it's going to for 4 quarters. I don't know that they can hang with the Bucs. But let's also be clear: they played earlier this year, And the Bucs, I think, won 38-32 or something like that. I don't recall, Dave. Can you look that up? I don't remember.
It was 28-22.
28-22.
And I will point out the only quality win that the Eagles had all year, their best win was a 40-29 beating of the Saints at home. Other than that, it's pretty uninspiring stuff.
Yeah, they didn't beat anybody with a winning record, and that's good. And they beat the Saints, which is always nice. Thank you, Philadelphia. It's one of the few times in this world I will ever root for the Eagles. But it was, look, we beat them earlier this year, but it wasn't easy. We're going to have a lot of our horses back, but they're going to be knocking some rust off. So expect the beginning of the game to be a little bit closer.
But the other side of the coin on that is that they'll have fresh legs, hopefully.
Yeah. Agreed.
So we'll see which way it falls.
Yeah, but I think the first half they're gonna have to knock some rust off, and I think after that point, everything should be okay. But I
really hope Levante David plays.
Yeah. But we got Shaq Barrett back, so that part's good. Guys, I'm going to open up the phone lines. If you want to give us a shout, you can at the number scrolling on the bottom, 770-633-0001. 770-633-0001. Give us a shout if you want to talk. It's playoff time, guys. Now's the time. It's not going to get any more exciting or any better than this. So, let's do this thing. Let's go. As Brady would scream, LFG, baby. Let's go. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready. How about you guys? Dave, your biggest, what are you most excited about when it comes to this whole thing?
Thing I'm most excited about?
Yeah.
It's just,
what do you think is the positive, I guess, or the thing that looks best for us?
Oh, I just take the last 2 years and what a fantastic run it's been and just keep it going as long as we possibly can. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is this 2 year period is you won a Super Bowl, you made the playoffs, and you won your division for the first time since 2007.
And have the best record you've ever had.
I mean, this is great. I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Just keep the train rolling. And if it comes to a unexpected stop, look at the 2 years. It's been fantastic.
Yep. All right. Hold on. We got a caller. Hey, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, man. It's Danny Cruz from Puerto Rico.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Mr. Cruz?
Hola. Hey, so I just wanted to say, man, I think we got lucky facing the Eagles. I mean, no disrespect to them, but I think that any team in the playoffs, the Eagles provide the last threat offensively.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna get right with the wide receivers, especially with their, losing Chris Godwin, and we are gonna have to need Richard Perriman to step up.
Well, I'm pretty confident he will.
I think Gronk will have a big day.
Good. I just think that one more week between the Tom Brady and the wide receivers to get on the same page.
Yeah.
If we were to face any team, the Eagles are the best chance to
and let me tell you something though. That's not luck. Okay. You said we got lucky. No, we're playing the lowest seeded team because we're the number 2 seeded team. We had tied for the best record in the NFL. So I don't know that it's luck.
Yeah, no, what I mean by luck is the 49ers beat the Rams, because if that doesn't happen, we don't have the 2 seed. So by luck, I mean we got lucky that the Rams lost, because if not,
things fell our way
on a team.
Yeah. I get your point. I agree with your point, Dave. You're right. Things fell our way. I think that's a good way to put it. But the thing is this: the Rams don't look like they are. Look, the Bucs, we know they've won their last 3. They've won. I don't remember how many, Dave. What's their if you take one loss into account, they've won like 7 out of their last 8 or something.
Talking about the Eagles?
No, the Bucs.
Oh, the Bucs?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. How many, out of their last, I don't know how many games it is, they've only lost 1. And
they're 7-1 in their last 8.
Yeah, 7-1 in their last 8. and we're feeling like we're limping into the playoffs and barely getting into the playoffs, but we're 7-1 in the last 8 games. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
no, it's not like limping. Like obviously, the injuries that's a problem, right? But what I mean by there's two teams I really don't want to face, and it's like a matchup problem. It's not a record problem. It's the Rams and the Saints, and that's two teams that if you look at it,
Yeah.
like I'm like, man,
The 49ers
you
scare
know,
me. The 49ers make me uncomfortable. They really do. More than I actually think that the Niners could beat the Cowboys this weekend.
oh no, I got the 49ers beating the Cowboys for sure because
Yeah.
the one problem the Cowboys have is stopping the run,
Yeah.
which the 49ers have a really good running game.
Yeah.
I just don't trust Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't trust him. He got lucky because he was facing another quarterback that's the same way. Once it starts clutch
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is not clutch, and Jimmy Garoppolo is going to find a way to lose you the game.
But no,
So if
Jimmy
we-
Garoppolo is clutch in crunch time. That's his calling card. He sucks for the rest of the game, but man, when it matters, he's gold. That's what.
Well-
Look at what happened in last game. They were down 17-0. He led them back, and he did well during crunch time. So I actually think that's that's about the only thing when you look at Jimmy Garoppolo, you go, yeah, that guy's clutch. That's one thing he does do well.
But he gets hurt a lot. That's the problem.
Yeah, isn't that the
Yeah.
truth?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That they can't trust him.
Well, there's one thing we can say for sure. There's no quarterback in the league that compares to ours. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, you're talking about the biggest Tom Brady fan, man.
Yeah,
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, and that's all learned. I mean, it's when he came in here, I did not realize. I didn't know. I will be honest with you. I didn't understand what Tom Brady is all about. I didn't know.
See the problem with that is like perception. Playing with small wide receivers. When he had Randy Moss and there was another guy besides Randy Moss. I think it's like Tyler Gaffney or something.
Right.
I know he was throwing deep bombs because he
Yeah.
had the people to do it. Like with Tom Brady, you gotta realize he plays to what the game provides.
Yeah.
If you're gonna throw deep cover two, he's gonna throw short passes because
Yeah.
it's about throwing the open guy. It's not about proving, oh, I'm the MVP. I can do this. I'm old, but I can still throw it deep. Nah, if you're gonna play
Yeah.
a certain defense,
Well, he's
Not
not
playing
been
a certain
throwing
offense.
deep. He has not been throwing deep. As a matter of fact, it bothers me. It seems like the only time he really throws deep is when it's like 3rd and 1. And yeah, that kind of bothers me. I'd like to see a shot or two, even if they fail, even if they're not complete. I'd like to see a
just
shot
to
or
make the
two just to
defense-
stretch out the
yeah.
defense.
Yeah, nah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But you know what? If he throws short all game long and we win 38-10 or whatever the heck it is, I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm if we win again because of defense, I'm good with that. You know, just win.
And you don't
it
get
is-
bonus
it-
points or
it's all
you don't
about
carry
winning.
points
It's-
over.
Yeah,
I don't matter how it looks. It's about winning.
absolutely.
We'll see how the defense looks. I mean, I'm anxious to see, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm
there's no
anxious to see
style
that.
points. You don't see style points on the scoreboard. And that's something I think a lot of fans don't realize. I think we got spoiled last year by the Super Bowl. We really did.
Mhm.
And I think fans got their expectations out of line because of the Super Bowl. Because we didn't just win the Super Bowl, we dominated in the Super Bowl. Everything was so epically perfect for the Buccaneers last year. You know, with getting the best quarterback ever, blah, blah, blah. Fans going into this year just thought it was going to be, there were expectations that were unfair. And when people were talking undefeated and everything, you know, Dave, I know you said 12-5, I said 13-4. Basically, we were correct.
I'm glad you were more right than I was.
What's that?
I'm glad you were more right than I was.
Well, I mean, it doesn't happen often. So let me relish in it, please. But yeah, I mean, that's how it goes, man. One game, you know, I don't care if we win by 1 against Philadelphia and the fans are going to all freak out and say, oh, we're never going to win another game if we play like that and blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's what people thought after the Washington game.
Right.
up in Washington in the first game of the playoffs. It was like, oh, that didn't go well.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So it will
And
be
then people
fine.
don't realize it's about the matchup. Like
Right.
Washington, even though their record wasn't excellent, they still had the best matchup because of their
Yeah.
defense. They have a very nasty defensive line.
Yeah.
They wasn't giving Brady too much time, but when he
Right.
did, he got the game.
Yeah.
It's all about winning.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for
It's all about
calling.
matchups in the NFL. All right, guys.
Thank
Good
you for
night.
calling, or should I say gracias?
All right.
Take care in Puerto Rico. All right. Awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz.
Yes, sir.
I mean, think of it this way. There's set 14 teams in the playoffs, correct?
Yep.
Out of all the quarterbacks, those 14 starting quarterbacks in the playoffs, I can guarantee you the majority of football fans, if you had to have one quarterback for this playoff, it would be ours.
Yeah, I think you'd get a debate in Kansas City and in Green Bay. No, I don't think Buffalo would argue. For one playoff, I think Buffalo would take Brady over Josh Allen. Yeah, I can't think anybody else. I think those are the only two teams that might have something to say about it. Dallas fans are weird. They might say they'd rather have Dak, but I don't know.
They've been delusional for decades.
Yeah. And San Francisco already made the choice of Garoppolo over Brady. So because Brady was open to going there, but he said he's happy. Like I said in that interview, he said he's happier than he thought he would be. That this is whatever his hope was. It's gone so much better than what he hoped for, and that's all. That's all cool to hear because he says I want to be here for a very long time, and so let's see.
I mean, if that scenario was true, basically the San Francisco 49ers said we'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just overthink things.
Yeah. Well, if they're thinking for the future, awesome. You better hope you win in that future. I don't know. You put Tom Brady on that team now, it's a whole different animal. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, guys, but it's Jameson Young says, I think Pittsburgh could beat KC. Jameson, I think you're on crack. I hope I think it'd be fun if you're right. I would like to see that. I will be rooting for Pittsburgh, but I don't think they have a chance in hell. And I think that's going to be one of the bigger blowouts.
Ben Roethlisberger, people wanted to go on. It was almost like magical that they even made it, and the whole tie thing and all that.
How about
what a
that
story,
game, though? How about that game? How about that game?
You left yourself open to having it blocked and returned for a touchdown, and you did all you had to do is take a knee, and you're in the playoffs. But you got to kick the field goal. Very sportsmanlike of you, but you did take an unnecessary risk.
It's also but it's also the difference in playing KC in the first round or Cincinnati. So that's kind of a big deal. So I get it. I get what they did. I'm glad that they did it, even though I like the Chargers. I'm happy to see Ben play one more game. I don't have to like the guy, some of what he's done in his life, but whatever. He seems like he's straightened that out.
I think he's a good redemption story.
Yeah, much like Michael Vick. I can hate what you did. I can be pissed at you for what you did, but bravo on straightening your life out. Too bad AB couldn't learn that lesson. When he had the opportunity. So I guess that's why I look at. I look at that. By the way, all right, Christopher says the Steelers run the ball. KC can't stop the run. Well, KC's defense has actually been okay this year. And the Steelers do struggle running the ball. Hold on. We got another caller. Hey, caller, what's your name? And where are you calling?
Still again in the house.
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm not good.
Good. Welcome. What you got for us?
I'm just sad. I feel like I want to cry.
What's that?
I feel like I want to cry.
Because you're so excited?
I know because they said I could die because I've been at surgery. Plus, I had other stuff going on.
Well, you know what? We need to talk about this off the air. This is something
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. I want to hear about this, and everybody make sure we'll make sure we keep you in our prayers, okay?
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay. Wow, that's a tough call. I'll have to follow up with him off the air. That is a Buck Skull Gang. Anyway, guys, I mean, what when you look at the Philly game, when you look at what their big strengths are, what their big weaknesses are, I see a team that's they're okay. You know, they're okay. What do you guys think? I mean, is there a fear point with Philadelphia? That's what I'm finding lacking with Philly is there's not a fear point. When I look at playing San Francisco, that defense is a fear point. When I look at playing the Cowboys, the style of play that they play, that's
Short
a fear
passing
point.
game, can run the ball.
The Rams, definitely a fear point. The Cardinals, if you said, and even though I don't think they're going to go far in the playoffs, look, they've got a really good defense. And Kyler Murray, you never know. That could be a fear point. I don't see one with Philly. I don't see one with Philly. I don't see that point of oh crap, I'm worried about this.
It would be an exceptional game if the Eagles were to win. It would have to be bad
game of their
weather, which
lives.
might happen. You'd have to have turnovers. Things would have to really go their way. Like I was saying, I usually I can see a pathway or a plan for the opposition against the Bucs. I really don't see it this week. I tried to find it, but I couldn't. But again, it's a playoff team.
That's exactly right.
They don't have any signature wins, but they made the playoffs, and that's not an easy. It is hard to win in the NFL, and they've done it. They've beaten who's on their schedule, as we've said before about the Bucs. So
yeah,
they have a chance, of course, but it would have to be an exceptional, unusual, bizarre almost circumstances for the Eagles to truly take the Bucs out.
Well, they came close earlier this year.
Yeah, the Bucs
When
had
they
a big
played.
lead. They made a bit of a run at the end.
You know,
That was at
I'm just
Philadelphia
saying
too. They're at
that
home
this is-
now,
yeah,
so
right. But no, I
So-
agree with you. But if it does rain, rain is an equalizer.
yes, it is. Well, that's all I was saying. Inclement weather, of course, a lot can change between now and Sunday kickoff at 1, as far as the weather goes. But yeah, it would be an unusual heavy rain, run the football, hard for Brady to grip it or to get the passing game going. I mean, but to me that's an unusual circumstance.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last year, the Buccaneers struggled against the 7-9 Washington football team.
Mean the Admirals? Oh, sorry.
Shh. The thing is this, guys, 9-8 is what the Eagles are. They have a winning record. Okay, they usually win. That's a fair comment. They usually win. This is going to be a tough team, okay? And whatever we face after that, I mean, this is not going to be an easy playoff run. Not that last year was an easy playoff run. It was not.
Not until the
playoff
Super
runs are
Bowl.
easy. Right. No
When you
playoff
finally got
runs
a
are
game
easy.
at home.
Right. Right. When the Buccaneers play, I don't know. I mean, they could have 2 playoff games at home. It could happen. I mean, we'll see.
Well, if the Bucs win this week, they will have another home playoff game.
Yeah. So then you got 2. Well,
Someone
at
takes the
that point,
Packers out, and you get 3.
that's exactly right. And it's the Rams are terrifying to me. They are the team that scares me the most. That's left.
Really? Matthew
Well-
Stafford, he has too many hiccups. He goes through stretches of you scratch your head. What's he doing?
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, it's the kind of thing that we don't match up well. It's like New Orleans. We don't match up well against the Rams is the problem. And that's the thing that concerns me. That's the thing that has me, most worried.
It's Tom
But-
Brady on a revenge game, and you'll be at home. I'll take us.
Yeah. And Matthew Stafford, now we got film on him, and nobody really had film on the Rams with Stafford early in the year. And teams, they're beatable. They're certainly beatable, but that's tough. That's going to be difficult.
Mhm.
The AFC, the only team that I look at in the AFC and go, oh boy, it's Tennessee. Because the way that they play keeps Brady off the field.
So the team that lost to the Texans and Jets makes you nervous.
Yeah.
No, I was asking the question.
We lost to Washington and the Saints. I mean, what yes. I mean, yeah, that's the truth. I got your message, Eric. I'll get back with you after the show. But yeah, I mean, it concerns me. I mean, yeah, I look at it and go, I look at it and as I see the teams in the NFC, look, to be honest with you, we match up well with the Packers. I believe if we play the Packers, we will beat the Packers. The Rams are a tougher out for us. Not that they're a better team than the Packers. They're a tougher out for us because of the style of ball that they play.
If your style of ball puts pressure on the quarterback, then yes, it's a better matchup.
But that's not been the problem. That really has not been the problem. Brady's actually kept a relatively clean jersey, and what's his name? Their defensive line player that's so good.
Aaron Donald?
Sam Darnold. What's his name? Donald. What's his first name?
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald just doesn't ever. He barely shows up on the stat sheet when we play him. That's not an issue. It's that otherwise we can't seem to get the offense rolling. It's not, and I think what happens, Brady plays differently during the regular season. Let me say this. I think Brady gets rid of the ball really fast during the regular season. I think he's willing to hold the ball longer, play a different brand of football in the postseason, and he protects himself during the regular season. So I think you will see a difference. I think that's why, by the way, the Buccaneers struggle against the Saints in regular season is because Brady's just getting rid of it. He's just getting the ball out of his hands before he gets hit. And in the playoffs, he'll stand in there and take the hit. So I think that's the difference. He'll stand in there and take the hit and, do what it takes to make the play work, whereas he might bail a little too quickly during the regular season. That is not something I'm complaining about, by the way. Okay, we're 13-4. He can keep playing that way. That would be fine. So Jim Melvin says the vengeful Chiefs scare him the worst. Yeah, they would have vengeance on the mind. But again, I think that's one of those things where just the way we match up against them, we match up well against them. Our style against their style favors us. And that's why you saw what you saw in the Super Bowl last year. And there's a lot of damage. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I mean, that's my thoughts. I mean, am I crazy, guys? I mean, do you guys think I'm nuts about that? I mean, what? Well, you guys put the score you predict in the chat, in the comment section.
But the whole Brady Belichick matchup, that's pretty well died down, it sounds like. But it is a possibility still.
Well, yeah. I mean, I picked it at the beginning of the year. I said them or Tennessee. Doesn't look like it's going to be the Patriots. You never know. I mean, playing Belichick in the playoffs doesn't, that usually doesn't bode well. But we'll see. Alex
Games in
Schomburg says that's right. Alec, you're right. What seed are we, Dave? 2. So,
On
yeah.
SCTV, they used to do that.
Yeah. Wow. That's
I'm dating
showing,
myself.
Yes, you are.
I'd have to
Yes,
explain it to a lot of people.
Yeah. What TV? Yeah. Okay. Daniel says 31-14. Pamela says 35-17. I think we're all right in the same ballpark on what we're thinking the score is going to be. It's going to look a lot like last week, I think. Bills are going to beat the Pats. I think you're probably right, Willow. But still, when it comes to Bill Belichick and are going into the playoffs, I just don't think they're an easy out. I just don't. But yeah, Alex says, say it again, Rick. We got to enjoy the ride. That's absolutely right, guys. This is what we wait for. Now let's get a voice of reason in here, Dave. One of our favorite callers, Mr. Williams. How are you doing, my friend?
Mr. Williams,
hey, man, what's happening?
what's happening with you?
Playoffs
We
are
want to hear
happening.
what
That's
you
what's
have
happening.
to say.
All right. See, look, man. Come on now. Come on. All right.
Bring it.
I need a couple of pieces on my defense for one. All right.
Like what?
I get Vontae Davis back. That'll be a blessing because Devin White playing a lot of roles right now in that linebacker position.
You'll also get Shaq Barrett back at linebacker.
Yeah, right. And God knows if I get JPP back.
And you'll get JPP back. He is back.
All right. So right. I get them 3 guys back.
Yep.
Number 9, we'll let you come in and out. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody need a little water or you go in. Okay.
Get some playoff reps. Get out there.
On this about who scares us, it's not the Eagles. Okay.
Right.
That's 31-14.
That's very close to what I said. So that's I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah. That game there, 31-14.
Yeah, Willow said 31-12. So I mean you guys are almost exactly the same.
The Rams, Matthew Stafford. We already know what you is. Okay, y'all got Odell Beckham Jr.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Whippy do. All right.
AKA the other diva.
The 49ers already already showed us if we do gotta see you how to
beat
take care of Mr. Odell Beckham. Okay. Thank God for Antoine Winfield Jr. I am so glad that brother is back.
Yeah.
Superstar Lenny.
Yep.
But though also Rojo.
Who?
Man, it was fun while you was here.
See ya.
What?
Because bruh, you out of here.
Yeah.
Right, because you missing a lot of blocks.
Yeah.
When they called your name. When they called your number, bro, you're missing too many blocks.
Yep.
Number 12 do not get that dirty, man.
Right.
Come on, bro. And then And my guy, Miller,
Scotty Miller.
man, he is a heck of a player, man. He is.
He flashes, that's for sure.
Yes, yes. And when they call his number, man, the guy take off.
He did this week.
Mike
43
Evans,
yards
man,
rushing. Who'd have thought
you
it?
keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
You keep doing your thing because when it's all said and done, Evans gonna hang up his boots or when he get tired and gonna retire as a Buc. I don't see him going nowhere else.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because myself, I think he's gonna be another Vincent Jackson. He's gonna end here. No, I'm saying
Okay.
he's gonna end his season here.
Okay.
He's gonna end his season here, and
yeah, I think you're right.
And I don't see my offensive coordinator going anywhere, and I don't see my defensive coordinator going anywhere no time soon. Because when BA walks out of here, they're gonna get a job to one of the two.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you're right.
Get to take the golf cart with him? Does he ride off into the sunset in his golf cart? Is that part of the deal?
He can afford his own golf cart
gonna
living
give him
there.
that, they're gonna give him that as his retirement present.
Yeah, the area
Just
he
take
lives
the
in
golf cart.
Georgia. He lives on a golf course in Georgia. That dude's got quite a fancy golf cart, I'm sure already.
Right. They're gonna give him that one as his retirement present.
Yeah.
He can take that one with him because the next coach gonna be able to stand up.
Yeah.
On the practice field.
Yep.
Yeah, but though, right, like I say, I'm looking at Tom get 5 touchdowns and we gonna sit him down.
Wow.
And
yeah.
Tom gonna get 5 touchdowns and we gonna sit him down and get ready for the next home playoff game.
Wow, I hope you're right about that. That would be awesome.
And,
I think Gronk's gonna have a big game.
Right, oh yeah, Brock gonna have a lovely game.
I've got my prediction here. I think Brett Perryman's gonna be the guy.
Oh yeah, and Rashad Perryman also. I am so happy to see him back in
Brashad
the
Perryman.
uniform.
I keep doing that. I keep calling it Brett Perryman. Brashad Perryman.
Yeah, I am very happy to see him in a Buc uniform once again.
Yeah.
Because that guy is a speedster.
Yeah.
And we got a bunch of haters that say, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna go anywhere because of Antonio Brown."
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, you was here, okay. No, I say we got a bunch of haters.
Yeah.
Around that say, "Oh, they're not gonna go nowhere because Antonio Brown walked off." Hey, we got you a Super Bowl ring, my brother. You got a couple of yards. Yeah, you helped us. We helped you. We gave you the third chance.
Yeah.
You want to blow it? Oh well. And
that's right.
And Brock, he got his 1,000. He got his millions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey man, like my man said on the sideline, either I'm gonna get this one more catch, or I'm gonna have to go find me another job.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So my man got his catch, and my hat goes off to Mike Evans. Tom, fuck it, play till you get 50. Cover up these other 3 fingers you got, man, and go home and fish or something.
Yep.
After you cover up these last 3 fingers, man.
Yep.
Go home and fish. Hey man, I love you guys, man. And we on another road to number 3.
That's
we're
right.
Gonna have 3 Bill Up Body trophies here in Tampa. We're gonna go ahead on and make history once again.
That's right.
2022, man.
Great call. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
All right, man. I love y'all guys, man.
We love you too, man. Spot on as always.
Yep, love you too. Awesome caller. Thank you, Mr. Williams. All right, that was awesome. He's always a good caller. Yeah, I don't have any injury updates, guys. You usually get those on Wednesday after they practice and do their whatever. Tomorrow is their real day of practice.
Yesterday, Greg Allman said that the hamstring isn't as severe. This is per Bruce Arians, but his availability is in question. So It's not
You're talking
severe,
about
but
Cyril
he may
Grayson?
not play. We'll see.
Who? Yeah, Cyril
Greg
Grayson.
Allman from the Athletic.
No, you're talking about Cyril Grayson. That's who you're talking about?
Yes. So
Okay.
Grayson, he was saying Bruce Arians said the hamstring isn't as severe, but he may not play. It's
Right.
in question whether he plays against the Eagles.
Right. Jamel Dean, I'm really hoping we have. I think that's a big deal also. So hopefully he's going to be okay. We'll find out in the next couple of days. We'll know all of that stuff, guys. We'll start hearing about all of it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, injuries happen. I mean, it's sad that we're not going to have Chris Godwin for this playoff run. I want to point out something though. Last year, if you remember in the playoffs, Chris Godwin struggled. He got a case of the drops, a pretty bad case of the drops in the postseason. In the first 2 games, he struggled hard, and then Brady didn't really go to him in the last couple of playoff games. I'm only saying that to say Brady doesn't have to rely on Chris Godwin or AB. I think that I think we're fine at the wide receiver position. There's enough depth there.
And getting Fournette back helps out the passing game as well.
Absolutely. So
It'll loosen him up.
It all changes when playoff Lenny's back in there, or Lombardi Lenny, whatever you want to call him. So we shall see. Willow says, are the liquor stores in Tampa stocking up on avocado tequila because they'd better? Yeah, I think I was everybody was drinking Bud Light that night, or during that parade. I think you saw Jason Light or Coors Light. I don't remember which one. It was one of those, but everybody holding that up. So yeah, they'll should there be another parade, they will, I am certain, be well stocked.
Maybe not a parade in the water might be better. It's just a suggestion. Maybe a more traditional parade is better suited to the Buck personalities.
I think you couldn't be more suited to the Bucs personalities than what you saw.
I'm thinking of the trophy, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. They tested it. They took one of the trophies and threw it in the water, and it floats.
It floats. So
yeah,
we were all worried over nothing. Much to do about nothing.
They dented the thing anyway. Oh no, that was a Stanley Cup that we did it.
Right.
Yeah, it was a Stanley Cup. I mean.
Now,
yeah,
Sergachev, he can't handle his Bud Light, but he got an endorsement deal out of it.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. These number one BS. But anyway,
Vazzy, you number one. You number one, Vazzy.
Anyway,
and nobody asked him about goaltending, but he wanted to pontificate on. So there you go.
Yes, as Bruce Arians would say,
that's enough of that shit.
But anyway, guys, it's exciting. It's playoff time, man. This is what we wait for all year long. These are the moments we wait for. These are the moments that we're just sitting there chomping at the bit saying, come on, let's do this thing. Look, right now, let's get past Philadelphia. Let's worry about the other playoff teams coming up in the future. Right now, let's get past Philadelphia. Philadelphia has a very good running game. If we shut down the running game, especially Jalen Hurts running, if we can put some shots on Jalen Hurts, if we can make him uncomfortable, we got the game. And Shaq Barrett's back, guys. Shaq Barrett is back. By the way, speaking of Kucherov, he got a hat trick tonight as the Lightning won 6-1 over the Sabres. So he had a good night. But guys, it's that kind of this is the time, man, that we wait for. We've been waiting all year for this. It's funny because I've never experienced this in my life as a Bucs fan, where you're literally just churning through the regular season to get to when the real season begins.
Was there any point during the season that you wondered, were we going to be a playoff team?
I got a little nervous for 1 week. Back when New Orleans caught us. We were up by like 2 or 3 games on everybody, and then they caught up. Hold on, let me see who this is. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's the Bucs from Tampa?
What's that?
Bucs from Tampa.
Yep. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful. It's funny when Vita Vita got resigned. You're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. Nobody's going anywhere.
No, Vita Vea is not going anywhere.
I know that. I was happy about that one.
Yeah. Hopefully, Chris
Hey,
Godwin will also be back.
I think what we did it because get rid of the AB news. That's what we resigned. Got resigned Vita Vita this week.
Yeah. Well, yeah. To where we had fresh topic to talk about. Yeah, I think you're right.
I was happy about that. Let's get rid of the old store. Here's a new store we can talk about.
Exactly. We've had enough negative news. Let's get something good out there.
Yeah. Hey, you're not going nowhere. I think the same thing this season, BA and coach and stuff. You're not going nowhere.
That's
We're
right.
Coming back. We're not going nowhere.
That's right. Awesome.
I really think the Bucs gonna push all the baskets once again. They would sue this whole team again, franchise tag somebody. We're gonna follow the running back again.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah,
We're not going to get everybody back next year. It's not going to happen.
22 out of 22.
We could be like the Saints, push the money back forward.
Yeah,
Push
but
push.
some guys are going to probably want to retire. I mean, I don't know that we're going to get JPP back. I don't know that we're going to get Sue back, whether we want them back or not.
Look at this. If we win again, they're coming back. I think it's guaranteed.
Oh, nothing's a guarantee.
Yeah,
nothing's a guarantee.
This is professional
I think they may
football.
say this is the time to exit. So
All right, let's go for a three-peat, man. We have three-peats on the line.
yeah, I hope you're right. Thanks. Good caller. Thank you.
Lightning has a chance to do it.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah.
They're the only team with
That
a
was a
shot
good
to
call.
repeat.
Thank you for calling.
Bucs go again. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What's that, Dave?
I said thank you for
No,
the call.
before that, you were saying something. I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
But
Anyway, it's
wasn't
guys,
important apparently.
Yeah. I can't remember what I'm saying half the time while I'm saying it. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. So we got Philly this week. It's the matchup you would want out of all of the playoff teams. Philly is the team you would want to play. But we beat them 28-22 earlier in the year. Don't think it's going to be a pushover automatically. If the Buccaneers, mark my words, everybody, huddle up, gather around. Listen, here's the deal. If the Buccaneers roll against Philly, that's a good sign. A really good sign. If the Buccaneers roll against Philly, it tells me they've just been marking time to get to when the real football begins. If the Buccaneers roll against Philly, the NFL is on notice. And you're gonna have to take it very seriously, because keep in mind the Bucs have beat the Packers a couple times in a row now. I think the Bucs beat the Packers twice last year.
I went back and looked at that 28-22 game. The score was 28-14 going into the fourth quarter. And here's the stats, the way they ended up for the Eagles. They had 113 yards passing and 100 yards rushing, 56 by Sanders and 44 by Hurts. So it wasn't like they were.
What were Brady's stats that game?
He was 34-42, 297, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And they ran for 102 yards. Fournette had 81 and 2 touchdowns.
Okay. So, well, that's all that all sounds good. That all makes me feel a little better. We'll see what happens, guys. I mean, I just think when it's a playoff game, Philadelphia is coming ready to punch us in the mouth. And like Washington did, we got to be ready for it. We got to respond. As long as the players are not so confident that they cruise into the game, and I don't think Brady will let that happen. As long as they go in ready to play their best football this week, we're going to be fine. And that's why I said, guys, I believe if the Buccaneers roll against Philly, look out.
Well, I
That's
think it's a good
really
matchup.
good sign.
It's a good matchup too, because if you play well, they shouldn't be a threat. And the guys that you're coming, it's a pretty healthy number of players coming back that haven't played in a while. They're going to get some of that rust off. It'll be fine tuned if you do get past Philadelphia for Dallas or whoever it may be in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I don't know who they're going to face next. I mean, I have no idea, and I'm not even worried about it at this point. Let's enjoy this ride. Let's have fun with this, guys. And no matter what happens, God forbid things go sideways for some reason, it's great to be a Bucs fan now. No matter what, it's great to be a Bucs fan now. It's just you couldn't have a better time to be a Bucs fan than right now. So enjoy it, soak it up, soak it all up. Remember these moments, cherish these moments. You know, watch the games with people you care about, and you know, build memories with it, because this is what it's all about. If you got kids, man, sit them down and let them enjoy this and enjoy and just soak it all up.
Let me tell you about Jimmy Giles.
Yeah, I mean, these are days I remember as a kid. And, you know, I remember the Bucs making the playoffs for the first time. I remember all of that. And, guys, this is why we're football fans, is these moments right now. This is why I'm a football fan. So I can enjoy these moments, waiting for these moments. Is everything perfect? Never is. Never is. Last year was as close as you could possibly get, but it's never perfect. Remember all the talk last year about are Brady and Arians, you know, not getting along? Is there problems between those two? I mean, you remember all that? You remember all the chatter about Brady not being able to pick up the offense? Won a Super Bowl. All right, we went 13-4 this year. We had a tough quarter against the Jets. I mean, a tough game against the Jets and a tough quarter against the Panthers.
Yeah, we got off to a slow start. That was disturbing.
Yeah, and you can't really do that in the playoffs, although I get a sneaky suspicion that even if they were to have a slow start, they'd be fine in this game too, against Philly, but I don't think so against any of the other teams. Any of the other 6 in the playoffs, you don't want to start slow against. So if the Bucs roll, if they come out hot and they roll, it is a really good sign. And, you know, people talk a lot about when you go into the playoffs, you want to be hot. You want to be on a roll. 7-1 in the last 8 games. Guys, when you go into work tomorrow, when you talk to fans from other teams, when they're trash talking you, just ask them if their team went 7-1 over the last 8 games. You know, while everybody's looking at the Bucs and saying, yeah, they don't look as good this year. Really? 7-1 over the last 8 games? And, you know, you look at Green Bay. Green Bay lost to Detroit, and you say, yeah, Aaron Rodgers only played half the game. Well, they were losing when Aaron Rodgers was out there to Detroit. The Packers are very beatable. All right. This is setting up to where the Bucs are taking a very admirable swing at repeating. Do you know how hard it is to repeat? You knew the last quarterback who repeated was?
Thomas Edward Patrick Jr.
Yep. So Brady was the last to repeat. If he does it again, that's awesome. Nobody's ever won 3 in a row. Yeah. If the Bucs win this year, next year is going to be insane. Next year is going to be insane, and the expectations will be stupid. They really will. If you look at the schedule, next year's schedule looks brutal. Who the Buccaneers have to play. Their home games are just brutal.
Well, yeah, flip it around. They have to play us. And a lot of those big games are home.
No
mean,
doubt they're looking at us, and that's that. But I'm saying
it's
when you're
brutal, but it's so brutal for the other teams too. I mean,
no, that's
I
only
don't think
one
you want to
week
come
for
to
them,
Tampa.
though. It's only 1 week for them, though. You know, I mean, playing the Bucs, that's 1 week. You know, these are the home games next year, Dave. Green Bay, Kansas City, the Rams, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Saints, the Seahawks, the Panthers, and the Falcons.
I think
That's
we can
brutal.
take the Panthers and Falcons, no problem.
The road opponents are the Cardinals, the Niners, the Browns, the Saints, the Steelers, the Cowboys, and the Falcons and Panthers. I mean,
Steelers likely won't have Ben Roethlisberger.
correct. But Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record, ever.
Which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, 17 seasons or 19 seasons, I forgot what it is. So, yeah. One way or the other, this has been a great year. It's been a lot of fun. Let's enjoy the ride. Let's enjoy every bit of this. Enjoy the playoffs. Get your popcorn ready. And, let's have a good time with the game this week. All right, guys. Like I said, I think it's right around 32 to 14, right around there. 32-13, something like that.
I said 31-10.
Dave said 31-10.
I don't think they're going to score much.
Yeah, let's come back and talk about it.
Even if it rains, they're not going to score much.
That's right. And you know what I want to say to the Philadelphia Eagles?
You're done. Get the F out of here.
So let's enjoy this week's game, and hopefully we can hear that. Let's hope that happens. Dave, thank you for being here as usual, my friend. I will see you on the
pleasure, as always.
show. I will see you on the post-game show.
The post-game show after the 1 o'clock kickoff on Sunday.
That's right. That's right. And guys, it's going to be a lot of fun. It always is. We will see you after the game on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Dave, I'm going to pull you out of here. I'm going to go ahead and just tell you guys one last thing. So one thing I always want to tell you before I get out of here, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, everything I'm feeling it strong, feeling it big time, folks. Getting ready for Sunday. Go Bucs, go Bucs, go Bucs.